So could I! Let's give this a try. Not bad. coming, Kuka! What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clyde! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That. Death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin. or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you.
At ease.
We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance Ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
I'd better give Otto the good news.
What ways welcome home, Sid?
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more. Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto. Any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Walooders.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Walooders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing. One must instead see the bigger picture. The Kingdom of Walood claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Waloed shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Waloed? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waloed standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say?
I suppose we are.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck.
Blackthorn.
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that...
I can't tell you. Oh, look. This is it then, under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my.
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
The nobleman who visited.
Thank you, Clive.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You're just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's...
No. She was right, though.
Ah, but you ain't told, Ev. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid.
You're right.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal. And this is...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And...
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know.
Krieger's Teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav, you're with me.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Velcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
What do you need? I always thought I could teach the best of them a thing or two about working with leather. Oh, I've wasted... So, what'll it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, right? Should last you a good while. And how am I meant to do that then? Anything else?
Is it business or pleasure? It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Back, are ya? What's saying for you, dear? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Anything else?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Finished, are you?
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, that might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like...
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was...
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Oh, you can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. We'd better get this lot back to...
You go on ahead.
Oh, after Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for...
We should go out... You know, it beats...
I'll make a It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
crack the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke.
Think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be...
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing for...
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't have...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the...
Yes. Mid said I...
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then hot. Excess heat is dealt with now. In other words, this is where the helm comes in. Our experiments have... And not only that, why? If sea or rain...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in the thing. It's no longer...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and head there.
You deserve a rest.
Oh, there you are, Sid.
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Nice try. This one. There's a good boy. Help me, boy.
Well done, Tom.
Titan! Torgal, kill! To me, boy! Unheard, Torgal. Sick him! Get him! All yours, Torgal! Now, Torgal! Go, Torgal! Sick him! Attack! Go, Torgal! Attack! Torgal, kill! Get him! Over here! All yours, Torgal!
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're Sid.
You shouldn't have it.
Indeed. Well,
All right. I'll...
need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helen.
X.
And just...
Right.
How so?
Which is why you need proper shield. A prison for the dragons. I thought a triple thick, the helm and the plate. I need something like...
Well, if I were in need of a... I know whose counsel I would...
Tomes. I've got all the details written. Can you take this to him? See...
Right away.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. Here you are. All done?
Hippocrates. Do you have them for you, Clive? Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril?
She has some specific need remain, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if...
Perhaps.
What do you mean?
And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a I see.
Early Gregorian histories, before the...
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some... I shall speak to them and see if you would be so kind. The knowledge of the past...
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in researching how best...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these So, who will accompany you?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list.
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be...
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects so much so, in fact, now, of course, they...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit North...
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia. Now, where's Jill?
And what can I do for you? Come back again.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
There's Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I'm sure we're everything we need. Why don't we split up and see?
All right.
How about you look? I'll find the other thing.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bush. Fresh cuts! Come and get them before they...
What can I interest you in today? Ah, yes. Good day.
Buy, sell, or be gone. Go on. Take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you?
I did.
Garlic and Pepio. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we... Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking...
How could I forget? Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy? There was, yes. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that thought you might like to share one with me.
I would.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh. Sorry. It's just... you're right. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. When we can live on our own terms.
Thank you, Clive. Well, I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates. I'll see you at the hideout.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work?
Well, I was just... Now that...
You...
What about the shielding? Its
work is on...
Apparently, it'll...
Thank you.
Right, of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you.
It appears our work here is a shame. I was enjoying when both the shielding and the moondew are ready. Followed, perhaps someone ought to warn you.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Arbog. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something?
In a manner of speaking, he's super...
Brilliant!
Don't thank me.
Right then, let's start with to the Black Hammer.
Yeah, I thought I'd be making...
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Wait. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find. This is going to require some.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I suck. Right, I'm off to get a slim.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise, searching for a land under... So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just... I want people in a world where...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise sod our plans...
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of you.
You...
I was.
Right. There's just one thing...
All right. I'll let him...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive, Mid, finish... No, excuse me.
Not quite.
She said that.
She...
Clive, Were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to camp.
Mid. Am I...
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Oboleth, have you seen Mid?
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across. Got some life in her, ain't she? Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to...
Thank you, Oboleth.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye.
So what?
It, seems that way.
Well, but next time you plan...
Ah, don't just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven...
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to
I hope she's telling the... Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we'd do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks. Tell ya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?